Peachy. Welcome to Taipei, Taiwan. This is Computex 2019. Today we are exploring 3 very new and exciting laptops, and I have an announcement to make. This year, it's about the creators. Move over, gamers. You have enough laptops. You have enough things for you guys. We're gonna talk about creator-specific laptops, and that seems like the attitude from these specific companies like Dell, HP, Asus, but also the ingredients that are in the computers, and Intel is really leading the charge of this mobile computing movement. So thank you, Intel, for sponsoring this video and sponsoring this Computex trip. So this video is going to be very jam-packed. I'm here with a lot of cool creators, and Intel is announcing a lot of exciting stuff, including their new 10th gen Ice Lake processors, and then the 3 creator-specific laptops we're going to explore already have the new 9th gen i7, i9 core processors in them. So what does that mean? That means power. Okay, let's get into it. Let's go. Computex! Computex 2019! Let's talk about the first laptop, which is near and dear to my heart. This is my everyday driver, the XPS 159570. Well, the minor refresh to this is the 7590. Yes, they have changed the naming scheme of these laptops. Okay, so I'm here with the new XPS 15. It goes up to a 4K OLED display, which is really exciting, and the price starts at $1,900. You're gonna see the new 9th gen Intel processors in these things, up to the i9. So you can get up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabytes of SSD, and the new GTX 1650 graphics. So you're gonna get a lot of power from this thing. And the 4K OLED, that's what's exciting for me. Better angles. We have a camera on the top now, which is, thank you. The 4K OLED panel is 100% DCI P3 color gamut, which, remember, we're talking about creators. They're caring about color, they're caring about the display, the resolution, maybe a little bit more than the refresh rate. The XPS is out of the box, run a little saturated, so I look forward to getting actual hands-on with this laptop. Along with the release of the XPS 15, they also released a new XPS 13 2-in-1. This thing is beautiful. This XPS 13 2-in-1 is actually 8% thinner. You see a 250% boost in performance, and it's one of the brand new 10th gen Ice Lake devices. One of the coolest things about it is it actually has a 16:10 display, so you're gonna get a little bit more of that vertical room, something I wish that could be in the XPS 15. And it's one of the first laptops we've heard of that's part of Intel's Project Athena.
Please welcome to the stage, Senior Vice President.
During this trip, we got to see a lot of behind the scenes from Intel. Of course, every year we get the new latest and greatest processors, but Intel's collaboration with manufacturers like HP, Dell, Acer, and Asus, just to name a few, is really what stuck out. They are more than just parts in a computer, but partners that innovate, from expanding Thunderbolt to PC computers to allow for a port that can run 40 gigabytes of data, audio, and video per second, to Project Athena, that are certain key experience indicators that bring tremendous value to laptop users, like all-day battery life, fast and reliable Wi-Fi, versatile form factors, and great responsiveness. They want to get rid of that spinning wheel. Another innovation is this double-screen laptop with a hinge. It allows for an optimal viewing angle and the best-case scenario cooling environment.
Moving the mouse.
So what's happening right now is it's seeing where his eyes are looking. So basically, when he's looking at this Word document up here, he starts typing, it's good. When he looks down here to respond to the Slack message, it automatically knows he's looking there, and he starts typing on the Slack message. Going back to the fact that this year is the year of the creator, is Razer actually has updated versions of the Razer Blade 15 and the Razer Blade Pro 17 with Studio Edition. These are equipped with NVIDIA's Quadro RTX 5000 mobile GPUs. The finishes are mercury white, and I have to say a little bit reminiscent of the old MacBook Pros. The Quadro RTX 5000 is going to help accelerate these applications that are very graphics heavy. So when we got to visit the NVIDIA office, there was an artist in Maya, which is a very graphics intensive application. It was outputting to a 4K display and also had Photoshop pulled up as well. The 17-inch has me most intrigued. It has a 4K display at 120 Hertz. It has 3 USB Type A, 2 USB Type C, one of them is Thunderbolt, an Ethernet, an HDMI, a headphone jack, and wait for it, an SD card slot. This is something that I've wanted desperately in the Blade 15, so it's nice to see that it's in the Pro Studio 17-inch model. It's equipped with up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD of NVMe storage, and also, of course, 9th gen i9 9980H processor. So very exciting to finally see these 9th gen processors hitting these updated laptops. And remember, if it has that H tacked onto the end of the processor, that means it's the top of the line. It's the best processor that you can get in these laptops. You Premiere users, you need that. You need the top of the line processor because it is a very heavy processor application, even though, of course, this Quadro 5000 GPU, yes, will help you out with rendering and exporting. But in regards to just editing and moving around your editing application, we were seeing a lot of DaVinci Resolve in these demos, which spreads the workload a little bit more evenly in between the CPU and GPU. In these studio editions, they both have a 4K display, with the 15-inch having a 4K OLED display, which is a big deal for you creators. That means the blacks are black. So even though, yes, a better GPU is going to help you video creators out there regardless, I think it's more important for maybe you animators, the graphic artists who really need those textures and animations to be spot on. I had to do, of course, a little export in Premiere just to see how my average 1080 10-minute video export in Premiere with some light effects, some light color grading, some music, some screen records, and it exported in 2 minutes, which is lightning fast. So again, this GPU is going to help in the rendering and in the exporting. So the 15-inch is interesting because it has a 4K OLED touchscreen. The 17-inch is interesting, well, just it has that SD card slot, it has the 4K at 120 Hertz refresh rate, and it's just clutch. It really is for the creators, I feel like. There's a really viral clip going around Twitter recently, and it was from this program, Gauguin. So basically, you have certain landscapes that you can make by just doodling over here, and it automatically generates it over here. Right.
Yeah, so now we have some grass.
So like tree, let's draw a tree.
Yep. There you go.
I need to like,
Yeah.
do that.
Yep.
Oh! Oh! What do you think of my art piece?
I think it's pretty cool. I like it. I actually like the rocks with the tree.
I'm an artist. Touchscreen is great. So the last laptop I want to talk about, it's a little out there, it's the Asus Zenbook. But this is like touch bar on steroids. It means it's helpful. It has a screen. On the bottom of the laptop, it's right above the keyboard, and I instantly go to video editing. Oh my gosh, this is like a built-in second screen. Actually, when I travel, I bring kind of a USB-C display that I can kind of just dock up with my laptop, but it's not the prettiest, it's pretty bulky. So the fact that there's dual screens on this, it's just like a Premiere playground. And so this, really is probably the most out there laptop I've seen, but it's the one that gets me the most excited. And as I'm using the keyboard, as I'm using the trackpad is really responsive and great. The keyboard feels great. Everything about it feels great. The only thing that's a little weird is this is a very glossy, beautiful display, and this is a very matte display. So it's pretty different, but who cares if you're putting your final product up here, We're going through the trouble of downloading Premiere, because what's the point of this if I can't show you Premiere on here? Okay, with the new freeform view with Premiere, you can kind of do a rough timeline edit in the project folder. So you can move things around, right? You'd be like, okay, I want that over there. Let's start organizing things. So you can basically start your rough timeline up here. Oh, cool. Select everything. Maybe you drag it down here. Oh, that was responsive. And now, oh, look at this. It's like a dedicated screen for your timeline. Now this would probably give me a headache, right? But the application of this is amazing. So maybe effects controls, effects, like the stuff that you're not constantly looking at, you can just have down here. Maybe, let's bring this folder down here. Oh yeah, so this makes the freeform view like as a second timeline essentially. So now I can like lay out clips down here. I have more horizontal room, which is more familiar as a timeline, right? Okay, let's put those clips over here. Let's like scroll down. Just gonna move this over here. And so now you have this really cool like overview of your video. So maybe your timeline's up here now. So say you have this down here, and you just want to drag it. Yeah, it's like super responsive. It's like using a second display. You always need more room with laptops. You always need more room. Thunderbolt, headphone, USB-A, HDMI, another USB. Computex was epic. Taipei, you're beautiful. And it was really cool to hang out with other creators like this one.
I gotta say, this is one of the best videos I've ever seen. Like,
Really?
the fact that you've made it this far and you've appreciated such an incredible masterpiece is really impressive.
Thank you. So I'm so excited for future collabs maybe coming up. It'll be great. Speaking of collaborations, I've also been hanging out with dietschy.
That's me. She likes the fact that I'm English. It's abusive, but yeah.
Yeah, you know, but we're XPS buddies, so we both use the 9570. So it was really cool to see their new iteration of the XPS 15.
Yep.
I mean, are you gonna pick that up or stick with your 9570?
I mean, the OLED screen, new graphics, new processor. It's not a massive upgrade, but considering like you and me use it every day for 4K editing, probably yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting to see and fun to hang out with all the Intel friends. And yeah, if you want to know more info about all this stuff, check out the description below. Let me know if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below for new videos every single week.
We should collaborate, right?
Yeah, and we should collab, right?
Yeah.
So do you know what we say here? Do you know what the sign-off is?
Like and subscribe to the Tech Chat.
Stay peachy. Okay, bye.